For 12 minutes, I'm just right out. Just follow me, okay? Starting in Denver, Jerry Jeudy had to be carted off with a hamstring injury. Expected, supposedly, reportedly, to miss several weeks. Except, if you check Judy's Twitter, which has this emoji, smiling and laughing. Now, a lot of people are not considering this a medical report. Brew, how concerning is the report of the injury with the light of the tweet?
It's concern. I mean, I don't know what the tweet means.
No,
I hope it means that the reports are wrong and that he'll be back very quickly. But I'm going to assume the reports are right, and this is huge. You're already without Tim Patrick all season.
For the second straight year.
Yeah, and I mean, Jeudy, he's not awesome, but he has led them in receiving yards the last couple of years. I think he's good. He has the drops. We get that. But he's still a good receiver. He's certainly one that they needed. They've only got one proven receiver now, Sutton. And
Sutton's best year was 5 years ago.
Right. So I think the road for them to have a good season's got obviously the defense, and you got to be running the ball a lot with Javonte Williams if he can stay healthy. And I like P. Ryan.
The road for them having a good season is moving from the AFC West to the Big 12, but it's not happening. And so, someone explain to me why this team should be good.
Because Sean Payton
is
good.
That is not enough.
Good defense.
Russ is going to bounce back.
Why? Why will Russ bounce back?
Because he's Russell Wilson. He's had one bad year, and we've seen a lot of guys bounce back.
Just to argue with you, because it's an argumentative Friday, Dak had led the league in interceptions, had 15 interceptions in 12 games, lost his offensive coordinator, have Mike McCarthy, who you don't even like, and you're like, he's going to be great.
Because Dak, hold on, are you comparing how Dak played last year to how Russell Wilson played last year? Are you doing that?
One guy led the league in interceptions.
Yeah, but the other guy also made plays. I'm sorry, Wild. Hold on, Wild. Who was, I forget. I just forget for a second. Because I remember there was a playoff game with the Tampa Bay Bucks involved.
They both had bad years.
Wait one moment. Hold on. The Bucks were boring, and the other team they were playing was what?
They were scoring. They also scored with Cooper Rush.
And who was that team?
And Kellen Moore, who's not there anymore.
And you were right about that game.
Of course.
And Dak lit up the Bucks in the playoffs. Here's the thing.
Russ, there's reasons to think he's going to bounce.
Okay, and there's reasons to think he's cooked. And people think that this is a Doug Peterson situation. It is not. Doug Peterson took over a team that had a rookie quarterback, not an aging quarterback on the downslope. A team that spent a ton of money in free agency, not like on weapons for that quarterback, not what the Broncos did. And a team in the worst division in football, as opposed to a team whose division champion has beat them for 7 straight years. And the thing the Broncos did best last year was defense, and they lost E.J. Evero. And they traded away Bradley Chubb. This is not going to be a good team. I know everyone likes Sean Payton. He is not a miracle worker, and it's not college football.
3 quarterbacks had oddly bad years last year. Aaron Rodgers, everyone's like, it's no big deal, just a bad year.
Are you like that?
Not me, because I'm wise.
Okay.
Dak Prescott led the league in interceptions, no big deal. Russell Wilson had bad years, like, no, he's bad.
Russell Wilson had a bad year.
Everybody else just an average.
His team gave him away. After his team said we're done.
What happened to Aaron Rodgers?
They didn't give him away.
I agree, but you think Aaron Rodgers stinks. You are making the case for Russell Wilson.
I'm just saying he hasn't thrown for 300 yards in 23 games.
Exactly.
He'll be better. I'm not saying he's vintage Russ, but he'll be better. He needs somebody to throw to.
It's no huddle.
This is concerning.
Head to New England. Patriots play the Titans in Nashville tonight.
No Huddle.
DeAndre Hopkins' revenge game from his visit.
What music is this?
What is this?
New England?
Supposed to be a
Patriots
Revolutionary War?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Last preseason game against the Packers, Alabama Mac got sacked twice, took a few hits, so the Patriots might sit him.
What?
What do you mean, what?
They better sit him.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Wiles, you told we're coming up on prediction week.
Yeah.
And Monday we're doing the East, AFC East and NFC East.
Yep.
So I've already started trying to grind the data. And you have told me that Patriots, one of their strengths is their offensive line.
I didn't say strengths. We're a little bit banged up.
You said strengths.
You said strengths. And now, all of a sudden,
you said everything is.
Listen, my only concern if I'm Mac is could he get Wally Pipp tonight?
Oh, get out of town.
Could
It's a
zap
bad
him.
take. It's a real bad take.
But
You should stop
here's
saying
what
it.
I'll say, though.
Or what about Malik Cunningham?
bad
I
for the
liked
show.
him. I wanted the Chiefs to draft him in the
Bad for the
7th
show
round.
when you have that bad take. It's like, oh, maybe there'll be a 10-point play. Like, that doesn't exist.
The fact that they are worried about Matt getting hurt and might hold him out, should hold him out, shows that he's their guy.
Oh, we know he's
Because they don't mind Bailey, but beyond that, they don't mind Bailey Zappi going out there and getting
We don't want
hammered.
anyone to get hurt.
No,
obviously.
but I'm just saying, the fact that you could hold both of them out.
We'll be okay. We're
'Cause
not.
they-
It's not
if it was that
super
close.
concerning that
It's
the
concerning
offensive
that the
line
line
is
is
a little
bad.
No, you know what
Because
it
he's
is?
not going to maneuver that line like Aaron Rodgers will with
Cole
the Jets.
Strange is going to be fine for week 1. Wayne New's going to be fine for week 1. He's off the pup list. It's like you're going to a restaurant and like an early car is leaving, and you're like, I'll get the next one. I'm right behind you. I'm just not ready to get in the car right now, so we'll be totally fine.
Is that what it's like when
Yes.
you have chauffeurs driving you everywhere? I'm not sure. I usually drive to the restaurant. I don't know about it.
I am worried about the Eagles, though. Week 1,
Eagles?
I'll admit it.
Well, yeah,
yeah.
you think?
Well, they had 70 sacks. It's a lot of sacks.
It's a lot of sacks.
A lot of sacks. Let's head down to Miami, where Mike McDaniel is kind of done here in the critiques of his quarterback. Let's take a listen. Guys, this music selection, you're all over the map. Take a listen to Mike McDaniel. I expect a monster season from Tua. Brew, you haven't thrown for
If he
6,500 yards.
stays healthy, yes, he will have a big season. All right, look, he's got weapons galore. All right, he's 21-13 as a starter.
Oh, the old quarterback.
Hold up, for a team, it's not like he went to a team that wins. This is a team that had made the playoffs once in the last decade before he got there. All right, and
They had Dan
last
Marino back
year,
when the Cowboys were winning. But
last year, he led the league in 7 quarterback categories, including passer rating, yards per attempt, and touchdown
I thought your
percentage.
guy's Brock Purdy led the league in passer rating.
Well, he didn't qualify because he only played like
okay.
9 games, or 5 starts. But yeah, if
listen.
Tua stays upright, he's going to have a big year.
I think Miami's going to be excellent.
You do.
I think Miami's going to be excellent. Again, they are and the team where you have the biggest concern for injury. You have concern for everybody, but you have the biggest concern with them in San Francisco for different reasons, but for injury. But I love the addition of Vic Fangio. I know Jalen Ramsey's not going to be back till December at the earliest, so that is a blow.
Big deal.
But this team, and you guys know that I went from being a total Tua believer going into the draft to totally out on him going into last season. I have to give him credit for what he did. What he did last year was very, very impressive, and I do like the little extra edge. I liked him. Listen, I like Ryan Clark a lot. I think that's their business between them. But I like Tua firing back a bit, and because
we can get grimy if we need
right,
to.
that's what he said. and I think Tua's kind of been considered like a soft-spoken guy, almost to a fault.
Yeah.
So I liked all of that. You guys know I also am not a believer in the Jets and not nearly as high on the Bills as everyone else seems to be. So I think that division is quite open.
Yeah.
I like Miami a lot.
Just quickly, I went back through every game because I was kind of trying to what's the narrative around the Dolphins last year? And refamiliarize. They had that normal win against the Patriots. It was a solid win. Granted, Devontae Parker was an defensive pass interference. It wasn't called, but regardless. Yeah. Then it's that Ravens game, that monster comeback.
4 touchdowns at the end of the
6 touchdowns. So it's like that kind of skewed the numbers. Then it was the back injury.
Yep.
But by week 12, they were 8-3. You're like, man, Dolphins are cruising. This is the promise of the premise of Tyreek.
Yeah.
Then they lost 6 of their next 7. Their one win was an 11-6 game against the Jets.
Yeah.
So the ending of that year was real. I know
But
we kind of put a good
got
spin
knocked
on
out for the season.
No,
He got
I
knocked
know
out
that,
again.
but still, losing 6 of your last 7 games is not great, even though you snuck into the playoffs.
They actually looked, I mean, this wasn't Tua, but they played well in the playoffs.
I understand that, but I think people are putting a rosy spin on the way that year ended.
I think the injuries to him if he's, as much as I like them, if he gets hurt, they're not going to do much.
Yeah. All right, we head to Philly. Anthony Richardson last night. Colts score, and he hits the Eagles celebration.
It's supposed to be like some Rocky music.
Yeah, I think so. Afterwards, water under the bridge, right? Everybody take a listen. Brew, you like it?
No. I like Anthony Richardson, I don't think he meant anything crazy by it. But if you're Philadelphia, I'm looking at this like, Oh, this rookie is taunting us?
You play him once every 4 years.
But I'm just saying. And look, I think, again, I don't think he had any ill intent, but it does feel like you should have known better.
I like it.
You should have known better. Do you understand what you're about to get into?
One of the few smart things the Colts have done in the last few years is draft this kid. I don't know that he's going to be great, but I know the upside's the highest of anyone in this year's draft. You need high upside quarterbacks in the AFC. And if we're going to talk about histrionics in this game, I'm less concerned about the, 22-year-old kid that scored a touchdown doing that than I am the grown-ass man head coach that can't help himself but become the center of attention every chance he gets.
Was he just letting them know? Look.
Right there.
Look.
Challenge flag right there. Enough, Siri.
That's what he was saying. He was letting them know I dropped the flag. That's it. What's he supposed to do?
This guy has never found a camera he doesn't love.
Wow.
Enough of this guy. Enough.
Okay.
My God.
That's the no huddle, everybody.
Nick's worried. They're a real threat to his Chiefs.
The Eagles?
Yeah, the Eagles. That
in
played
the
him
Super
tough
Bowl
in the
is
Super
what
Bowl.
we're talking about. Yeah, we'll see him in the Super Bowl. Fine. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.